Hello and welcome to the Dukascopy TV studios in Geneva. I'm Sam Meredith and joining me today is Bernhard Schicht, Information Technologist with Stash. Welcome to the studio, Bernhard.
Hello Sam, thank you for having me here.
Great, well first of all, could you give us an overview into exotic currency pairs?
Exotic currency pairs is a very interesting field. There are actually three fields. It's the major currency pairs, the minor currency pairs and the exotic currency pairs. And it also depends on the definition and the website actually, or the broker. They give us different definitions of majors. More or less they are containing the US dollar and the euro. The minors, they are also called crosses. So they contain other currencies that are traded with the majors and have a higher volatility and higher liquidity and a lower spread. And they are the exotic currency pairs. They have lower liquidity and they are not so popular, and the bid-ask spread is very high. So these currencies are not very often traded, as you can imagine, and you need special brokers to get these on your screen, so you will be able to trade them.
Of course, and could you give us some instrument examples, and are all trading pairs available? Yeah,
there are some very famous exotic currency pairs at the moment, so many people trade them because they think can make a fortune with them. And that's also true if you take like US dollar ruble. That's a very famous one, you know, because of political movements. We had a high drop of the ruble. But if you take it into US dollar ruble, you might have seen that the price rose. But that means actually the ruble lost a lot of wealth. And there's also, for instance, the US dollar Danish krone. It is a European currency pair, especially the Danish krone, but it's not so liquid. So there are not so many Danish or US or worldwide traders who go into this trading of the Danish krone. And I give you another example, it's the Norwegian krone. It's also a very important currency because of the oil and gas industry. And you know, many commodities are traded in US dollar, and also gas and oil. So for the government, the Norwegian government, it's very important to have a very stable currency and also a different, that's political movement as well, not to join the euro. So this is for them it's a very important cross. So what I think about it is we have to be very careful with these currency pairs. So there could be gaps, like just imagine there's no high liquidity and there's a news in this currency pair, and then you have a high drop in this pair, and then you could win a lot of money, you can also lose a lot of money.
Of course, and what can you tell us from your personal trading experience to date?
That's a good question. It's as I told you, it's not a currency, or these currency pairs are not very good for short traders, short-term traders like our traders or day traders. It's more or less for long-term traders, and you need a lot of higher liquidity, because many brokers they don't give you a high leverage on these currency pairs. If you take like euro US dollar, you get like on a Swiss account at Dukascopy, you get leverage of 100, 1 to 100. That means if you have 1,000 euros, you can trade 100,000 technically on currency pairs. But if you just want to trade US dollar ruble, there's a specialty. You get 1 to 10. That's a lower leverage. So you have to be very careful so you won't run into a margin call or margin cut first. And so what I said is that's also the advantage of these currency pairs. They have many pips. Many pips means they run for a very long time into one trend most of the time. So you could make like 1,000 pips or 5,000 or 6,000 or 10,000 pips in the US dollar ruble, for instance, in a day. This is very much. So many people like 100 or 200 pips on euro or US dollar. That's one of the majors. And so if you make so many pips, you have to be careful with the money you trade, because it could go in the other direction as well. And if you set your stop loss too close, you have a high spread in bid-ask price. So it could happen that it runs into your stop loss and you won't never catch up the profits. So let's go back to the US dollar ruble. There's also something we should remember. It's not traded all the time. It starts, we will speak in another talk about this later. It's not traded all around the clock. It's not 24 hours and from Sunday to Friday. Sunday is a bit special. On other currency pairs as well, but this currency pair is just traded from 7 o'clock GMT to 2050 GMT. So during night there could be a gap, nothing is happening. So keep your volume size small and be careful with these exotic pairs. Then you're on the safe side.
Okay, Bernhard, thank you very much for your insight today.
Thank you.
And thank you for watching. Be sure to check back for Dukascopy TV for more updates and exclusive interviews. We'll see you next time.